Welcome. This is Back to the Bins. I'm your host, Mr. B. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you've been here before, thanks so much for coming back, and if you're new here, thanks so much for stopping by. This is a comic book collecting channel, and I'm a comic collector. These Sunday videos are intended to showcase the books I picked up this past week at my local comic shop. I have a pull list, so I'm pretty up to date with what's happening today in comics, and I love digging through the dollar bins as well as the back issue bins. If that sounds interesting to you, why don't you take a look over here, and I'll show you what I picked up. Alright, like I said, these are the books I picked up this past week at my local comic shop, 204 Comics in Winnipeg, and as per usual, we start in alphabetical order, which takes us today into the C's already. Ay. No ASM this week, folks. But here we got Cross Country, number 1. Now, this was supposed to come out a couple of weeks ago, I think it was. My LCS, I think, maybe forgot about it, and got on it as soon as I made them aware I didn't have it. And this is an awesome cover. It's a John Grosjean cover. He also doing the interiors, Ben Peterson doing the writing, and it's about a psychopathic killer. It's a bit of a horror story. Involves a hitchhiker, obviously involves some machine guns, cool getaway cars, a stuffy of some kind. Looking forward to reading this. Issue 2 is out shortly, and I don't think I'll be getting to this anytime soon. I got about 21 books I still need to read before I get to the current stuff. It's a shame. And moving along, we got Destro, number 3. I think this is a great title. Really loving this book. I would recommend it if you can find the first 2 issues. This is a Karl Kerschl variant. I love Destro as an arms trader and dealer and manufacturer. Him with 2 machine guns in tow, giving you the stare down. Looking like a brute. Love it. Love Destro. Great character, great book. A lot of fun. Don't let the naysayers bog that one down. I think it's worth it. Okay, next we got something from the back issue bins. Look at this. Right here, we got Elektra Assassin number 1 from June of 1986. Here's the thing, folks. This is a Bill Sienkiewicz. That's how I'm going to say it. I forget. I should have checked the pronouncing. But that's a Bill Sienkiewicz cover. That's the first appearance of Beast 616, not the Beast we all know and love. This was written by Frank Miller. I was very happy to find this in the back issue bins. I have most of this, and with the 2 I got this past week, I need one more. I need issue 8, and then I can dig into this amazing series. Iconic, really. And I gotta say, when I was a kid and saw Sienkiewicz's work, I kind of just thought it was ugly looking. And now I'm slowly but surely building a collection of his work, of his titles, of his covers. And here's the other Elektra Assassin in question. This is issue number 6 from November of 1986. Again, Bill Sienkiewicz doing the cover, Frank Miller doing the writing, and like I said, I just need issue number 8. And for $3 in the back issue bin, I couldn't say no. 204 delivers once again. Look at these great covers. Absolutely beautiful. I guess I was just too young and naive to get Sienkiewicz's work, and I'm going to look into how to properly pronounce his name. Maybe if I find it, we'll paste it right here.
Sienkiewicz.
All right, then moving along, we got Get Fury. This has been a fantastic mini-series so far. I've been loving this. This is issue number 4. That's a Dave Johnson cover. Garth Ennis doing the writing. This is an adult comic, so don't get this one for your kids. If you enjoy good classic Vietnam stories, if you enjoy Nick Fury in all of his glory, if you enjoy Frank Castle, aka the Punisher, in all his glory, this takes place in Vietnam. It's been a lot of fun, and a direction I never thought comics would go. Not familiar with the Max Comics, so this is the first taste I've ever had of it, and definitely worth looking into. I guess those Elektra comics were also on Epic, allowing a little bit more violence and things like that. Then here we go with some giant-sized Thor. Normally, when alphabetizing, I would not put this giant-sized Thor in the G's. This would go into the Thor, but I figured I'd just follow along, just like League of Comic Geeks was showing me. So this is giant-sized Thor number 1. It's a Walt Simonson variant. I'm not collecting Thor. I love the character. I love the way he looks. I love how great this cover is. I mean, we got Galactus here. We got Thor. This piece right here concerns me. Is that an error, or is that actually supposed to be the top of his boot, but somehow the shadow, I don't know, because if that one is lit up, then so should that piece. Let me know if you understand what I'm talking about, and if you can tell me why that might be black as opposed to colored like the other side of his boot. Anyway, cool cover. I'll dig through it. I'll see what it looks like. I don't know if I'm going to read it. Really, it was a great cover. Speaking again of great covers, these are coming out every week. There's one more coming, but this is issue number 3, Gotham City Sirens. And that is a Ji Hyung Lee cardstock variant, Poison Ivy. I don't think I have any comics with Poison Ivy in them. Not that I can remember. Certainly nothing that I've read. I don't really care for the character because I don't know anything about her. But the little I've read about Harley Quinn in those early issues of Birds of Prey, I really liked her. So maybe there's room for Poison Ivy in my heart. And then moving over to the indie stuff, love this cover, super interested in this book. This is Huge Detective number 1. It's a Dulce Dalton variant. This is a murder mystery that involves a giant. I couldn't say no to that. Adam Rose is writing, and I'm just really excited for something like this. I think this is quirky enough to be really interesting. I think this art is super nice. So as a cover, it's beautiful. I really hope it's got a lot of body to it, because I would hate for this to be a disappointment, as I am looking forward to collecting this, not just for the story but the covers. This would be a nice 2-in-1. Okay, and then to the dollar bins, our favorite place to go. We've got Iron Man number 249. It's from November of 1989. Bob Layton doing the cover, David Michelini doing the writing. And there was a bunch of this late 80s, probably early 90s Iron Man in the dollar bins this week. And I figured, you know what? We got Doom and Iron Man on the cover. We all know about the Iron Man or the Doctor Doom hype the past couple of weeks. So this is a FOMO buy, and really for $1, I think this was, then who cares? I have been collecting Iron Man. I haven't been focusing on it, but I am trying to get, I was going to start just past this part of the run, but I figured, you know what, I have 249, and right behind it was issue 250. I'm going to start, let's just say, collecting this Iron Man run now at 249 and work my way up to like 325 or something like that. I don't know. I got weird goals when it comes to it. But this is Iron Man number 250 from December of 1989. Once again, Iron Man, Doctor Doom, heading to 2093 AD. Somebody on League of Comic Geeks who had read this said they needed more Iron Man with a sword. I'm not too sure, but sure, let's see what happens. I love it. It's a special giant-sized extravaganza. Water break. Water break. Oh, yeah. All right, and then moving back into this week's polls, we got Nightclub 2, number 1, Vampires Superhero Action. It's Juanan Ramirez doing the cover, also doing the interiors, Mark Millar doing the writing. This is part 2, I guess, or volume 2 of a series that came out in 2023. I was collecting it. I got the whole run, and I still haven't read it. This was a well-received book in 2023, and I love the cover of this, and I really do plan on reading the first series as well as this one. I'll get to it. I like it. It's vampire teen superheroes. So, taking horror in a different direction. Like I said last week, everybody's is dipping their toes into horror again, and that is only helping the sale of all that old horror. Back over to Marvel, we got Phoenix number 2. Look at that beautiful cover. Oh, I love that. That was an instant pull. That is a Tran Nguyen variant. Stephanie Phillips doing the writing. I felt issue 1 wasn't a bad start. Not the best, though. Yeah, this is going to be probably one of the ones that people complain about the most because Phoenix is beloved, and there's a lot of potential for her with her powers and everything else. But I guess, hard to write great stories for great characters sometimes. But looking forward to reading issue 2. Should be good. Here we go. Yeah, a comic that I'm still collecting despite still being on the fence with. Stories just isn't there, but these covers were always great. I said were. Yeah, this is Thundercats number 7, Lucio Perillo variant. I've been loving all of the Perillo variants. I think this is the weakest of the lot so far, and I just think it's because Lion-O here just does not have his soft personality that you're always so used to. And I get it. Perillo is doing something different with the characters. I just think that if Lion-O looks this deranged, it's because he's evil. I don't know. I just wish it was a bit more of the classic. But look, Perillo is an amazing artist. I love how Wily Kit and Wily Cat look. I've loved the Perillo variants going through this series. So, again, it's okay to have one that maybe doesn't hit exactly for me. Nothing wrong with that. If you love it, awesome. Whatever. I just wanted to say something about that cover. Oh, here we go. Everybody's favorite book, Ultimate Spider-Man, number 8. Look at that beautiful variant, Lee Garbett variant. This is, I think, the first time I'm aware of Lee Garbett, so I love this style. I think Spider-Man has almost never looked better. I'm going to say this is potential for cover of the year. I love how we've got Kingpin, that sort of reversed silhouette. This is just beautiful stuff. Again, classic Spider-Man pose. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, what else can I say? Awesome. And then here we go, folks. Last book of the week. We got Wonder Woman, number 12. Number 12. This is a Julian Totino Tedesco cardstock variant. He is one of my favorite artists today. I have a lot of his work. I just love it. I think he's done a number of these Wonder Woman titles, Wonder Woman issues. I was going to collect 12 issues, but 13, and I've been saying this for all the ones I've been saying, or threatening to end. But there's one more coming that I think is going to be a nice end cap to this Wonder Woman run. At which point I can dig into it finally. And that'll do it. That's all of it, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And how about we get back to the real world, shall we? Well, that was a great collection of books. Hopefully you enjoyed what you saw. And if you did, why don't you like, comment, and subscribe? It really helps to build the channel, and I'd love to develop a community of people who just really love comics. Thank you so much for joining me today. We'll see you next week. And until then, remember, comics are good.